a likely scene from a restorative justice session. An alternate form of resolving disputes, restorative justice has taken a strong presence in Jamaica, already achieving lots of successes. With the pilot phase being rolled out for the past few years, work is progressing during this fiscal year to formalize the restorative justice program within the criminal justice system. This is a recurrent cry in Jamaica. Additionally, there's a call to cut the backlog of cases before our courts. A solution to these two major challenges to the country's justice system is restorative justice. Simply put, it's a process in which the offender comes face to face with the victim, and all affected parties are able to voice their hurt and regret of the wrong committed. It's an amicable approach to conflict resolution.
We see restorative justice as a particularly relevant approach to dealing with some of the social aspects of crime and the cultural aspects of crime that bedevil Jamaica.
In 2008, 4 communities were selected as a pilot for the program. To date, many persons and communities have been healed, leading the program to be expanded to more communities. There are now 9 restorative justice centers located across the country. Realizing the magnificent benefits, this fiscal year the government is moving full speed ahead with the restorative justice program as a process to improve security and justice in the country. Legislation that will facilitate the formal recognition of restorative justice in the criminal justice system is being drafted.
Going to Cabinet shortly for the approval to issue the drafting instructions to enable the legislation to be prepared to allow referrals of cases that are actually before the courts into the program.
The legislation will enshrine a referral system in the formal criminal justice process.
The process will include both post-trial interventions involving parolees before the release of their sentence from prison. So it moves. Restorative justice can be engaged from the very early stages of an incident or crime through to a post-trial situation where somebody is actually been convicted and sentenced.
Also, during this fiscal year, several initiatives are being undertaken to ensure there are no loopholes when the program is implemented in the formal justice system at the national level. One critical venture is the training of several magistrates and judges, so the necessary parties are knowledgeable of restorative justice practices.
So that we can really have the program working on a national level.
This fiscal year, the youth have also been brought into the mix as a priority for sustaining the program in the country. Research has shown that restorative justice reduces the levels of deviant behavior among adolescent students, while improving the overall climate for learning in institutions which have been plagued by unruly behavior.
The National Restorative Justice Policy mandates the Ministry of Justice to implement restorative practices in schools, and that process will actually be managed by the Ministry of Education, and we have already developed the modules and presented them to the Ministry of Education, and they have accepted them to work restorative practices into the curricula across Jamaica.
Also, this year, 2 additional restorative justice centers are to be established, one in West Kingston and another in Mountain View. Implementing restorative justice within the criminal justice system will no doubt increase public confidence in Jamaica's justice system.
Urging the support of the Jamaican people as we seek to deepen and strengthen the restorative justice program, which involves building partnerships with stakeholders across society, really to strengthen our justice landscape and provide access to justice and meet the ever-present echoing demand of our people. We want justice.
The government is committed to a reformed justice system, implementing strategic measures to achieve a structured and efficient operation of the island's courts and judicial process, facilitating effective governance for a secure and just society.